Talking with assistant coach J.D. Williams. J.D. coaches the defensive backs and practice now, 4 or 5 days in. How's it going to this point?
You know, the kids, they're working hard. You know, they're getting better. Still a few mistakes, but, you know, they're getting better. They're learning what we want them to learn.
Pads on now, and you can tell the intensity has picked up out here a little bit. It's a little hotter than it was out here day one, and that can kind of make for a little bit of a combustible situation every once in a while.
Well, you know, day one, it was paradise. You know, you're on the beach, about 70 degrees. But, you know, the heat's picked up. Then you add the pads. You know, the intensity picks up. Some of the guys are out there, you know, running around, hitting people and everything. And, you know, that's good to see. And, you know, what we like to see is guys playing with a lot of intensity, running around, flying to the ball.
You know, for you this year, between corners and safeties, you got a nice mixture. You got a few guys that have been here in the program that are coming back. You got a few guys that came in who have played JUCO, and you got a nice little crop of freshmen. A nice blend between some of the old and the new.
You know, it really is. You know, last year, you know, we tried to grow those freshmen up a little bit. And, you know, those guys are continuing to learn. They're continuing to learn, and we have some really good athlete freshman corners that are coming in, and they're learning the system. One thing I like about those guys, they're high energy. You know, a lot of energy with those guys. Nate Simons, you know, he's a JC safety. He came in from California. I believe he's at Golden West. And, you know, he came in, learned the system in the spring, and, you know, emerged as one of our starters right now. You know, he's running with the ones, and there's a lot of competition there, so, you know, that's always good to see.
Hopefully solid on the line, definitely solid in the linebacking core, and then it's your group back there. Those guys, they've got a good group in front of them.
Yeah, you know, we got a good mix. Now it's just a matter of being alignment perfect and assignment perfect. And, you know, with the young guys, you know, they're going to make some mistakes early, but hopefully we'll get those mistakes out because they have the athletic ability to do it. So, you know, I'm pleased.
As a side note, the NFL Hall of Fame induction and the NFL Hall of Fame game last night, you played with a couple of guys that were just put into the Hall of Fame. Andre Reed, the great wide receiver, and Aeneas Williams. I know in watching a little bit when we were talking, Jim Kelly was there. It's great to see him out. How cool was that for you, these guys that you played with, you know, to be able to watch that and see them get the recognition and finally get entrance into the Hall?
You know, that's a great feeling. I mean, we'll start with Aeneas Williams. Unbelievable person. I mean, he was a great player. I mean, obvious on the film or on the, you know, being inducted, he was a great player, but he's even a better man. I mean, that guy is top shelf in everything he does. Andre Reed, you know, like I say, he's one of the greatest receivers of all times. You know, had the opportunity to practice against Andre every day, and when you think about it, you had Andre Reed go into the Hall of Fame, James Lofton go into the Hall of Fame. So we had some great receivers there, and they're just good people. Jim Kelly, you know, God bless him. You know, God bless Jim Kelly, you know, struggling with the cancer and everything. And, you know, I've said prayers, and, you know, hopefully he continues to get better because, you know, he's a great quality person also.
One final question with regards to your unit in this Georgia State football team. Again, it's only 4 days in, 5 days in. Do you feel like, because it seemed like when we were out here day one that the team really hit the ground running as far as practice goes. Do you feel like you're a little further ahead than maybe you thought you might be?
Yeah, we're further ahead, but, you know, as we start install more defenses and everything, you know, we just got to keep them up mentally. Physically, you know, they're going to get tired and they're going to run, but mentally, if they can keep themselves mentally sharp, that's where the growth continues the most.
Catching up after practice with Bruce Stukes. And, Bruce, thanks for joining us. It looked like the intensity picked up a little bit more today, a little warmer out here than it's been the first couple of days. Talk a little bit about how it's been so far for practice.
Practice has been pretty good. The weather changed a little bit, but we get through it as a team. We work together as a team. The practice go well, and we got to finish strong. That's all we got to do right now.
For you, a transfer in from the University of Central Florida, how's it been picking up the new system?
It's been pretty smooth. I sat out last year, so I ain't get to be in the meeting room as much. But now that I'm in there with Coach Williams, he teaches the scheme pretty good, so I've caught on pretty well.
We were just talking to Coach Williams, and as we said, a nice blend. We got some guys that have come back who played last year. We got some guys like yourself who have transferred in from other programs, and a good crop of freshmen. It's like a good blend of the old, the middle, and the new.
Oh, yeah, the old, the middle, and the new. That's what it is. Me and Rocco came in as transfers. BJ is a good upcoming freshman. We got a man. You know, we got a lot of good DBs. They working hard, and I like to see them get better. If they can take my spot, take it, you know.
Obviously, this team getting ready for August 27th. As the days go by, the calendar, you knock those days off the calendar, it's going to get a little bit more important out here to get ready for Abilene Christian.
Yeah, the first game or the next game is the most important game. That's all we worry about right now. The rest of the games, they'll come when they come. Right now, it's all about Abilene Christian.
All right, Bruce, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Talking to Kyler Neal after Georgia State's football practice, and a little warm out here. Looked like the intensity's picking up out here a little bit as you guys continue to pound away and work away in anticipation of that opener on the 27th.
Yeah, so we're just out here trying to work hard. You know, it's getting a little hot, so temperatures get, for everybody, they get risen up a little bit. So, I mean, we're out here just trying to work hard, make each of us better.
Obviously, a lot of emphasis on the running game. We struggled to run the ball some last year. You had some games that I can remember that I'm like, wow, you know, you ran the ball really well. But now one of the featured backs, one of the guys getting a lot of carries. Again, this team's got a lot of pressure on it as far as, the group of running backs, you know, in order to get ready for this year.
Yeah, so we're all working hard and we're all working together. You know, we realized that last year was a running back committee and that more than likely will be like that this year again. So we all work with each other and we work with each other and make each other better. And the main emphasis we really have to focus on is holding on to the ball. You know, that was a big thing, and Coach Jaggs has pounded that in our head.
You know, one of the things, too, you mentioned a stable of running backs, and you're right. I'm guessing that it will be like that again, but it's a young group. I mean, you, Jonathan John Bart, Kristen Hammond came in, Duval Smith, Dontavis Crocker. You know, it's not one guy who's been here for 3-4 years. It's a young group.
Yes, sir. We're all learning the system together. You know, I mean, some of us will have different parts of it down better, so we have to work with each other because, like, maybe JB will have something better down than I do, and I'll have something better than he does, and we just work with each other and make each other better off that.
Of course, one thing everybody keeping an eye on, and we noticed this last year, and of course, no knock on those guys last year, but number of new faces on the offensive line because they're going to make your job a whole lot easier if their job's going well.
Oh, most definitely. We really like enjoying this big offensive line because we've definitely added a few pounds up there. I mean, it's a little tough replacing like Ulrich John. You know, he got drafted, but I mean, Michael Ivory, he's a big guy and he's pretty good. So we're looking forward to running behind them.
Finally, Kyler, the one thing I've always noticed about you, you're like a cross between a fullback and a running back, and you're ready to just lower the shoulder in the helmet and pound that thing right up the middle. Oh,
yeah, I love contact. You know, like even in high school, I played fullback as well. So, I mean, but that's one thing I love. I love contact, and I just love the feeling of running somebody over. I really love that.
Still remember that play at Arkansas State last year. Best of luck. Appreciate you joining us, and I know we're all looking forward to the 27th in the Dome.
Thank you for having me.